NCAA 25 is one of the most highly anticipated video games of all time.
GTA is going to blow out of the water because the game goes so deep.
That's what's happened to Madden, is they just drop every single year, and people are like, bro, nothing changes.
GTA is going to grow the most streamers ever.
Listen, the best video game technology ever is a free world inside a sports game. I will put a lot of money we will not buy NCAA 26.
I gotta stack out this gold. I tell you I'm on the road. About to get all this dough. Me and no fuck niggas know. I swear to God we the ghosts. This ain't the story they told. Man, if you know, then you know. I never had to tell my dogs and we on rough for greatness. They paper getters, they want money.
Welcome to the show. If you're watching on video today, I have, the big game shirt on because obviously we're talking NCAA 25, and I was on the way home today from work. Joshua, and I really want your input and to gauge this. NCAA 25 is one of the most highly anticipated video games of all time.
I would agree.
I know GTA, everybody's gonna be like, oh, GTA this, GTA that. The problem is GTA, the cadence has been every 6, 8, 10 years.
It's been 10 years. It's been
always?
a decade. No, well, not always.
But what I'm saying is they
always.
have years and years where they drop every 5, 6, 7 years. So it's normal for them to be 10 years, 3 years late.
Yeah.
NCAA 25, it's been 11 years. 11 years.
Yeah, a lot's changed since the last NCAA came around. And one, you are right. This will be one of the biggest, most downloaded games, that has ever been happened in a day one. Obviously, if you're watching this right now, the game is already out for pre-sale. If you paid the extra $30, you got the 3-day access. If you didn't, and you're a peasant, you have to wait like everyone else.
I mean, I would have paid the extra $30. I had no idea that was an option. I would have so paid the extra $30.
Everyone knew that.
I'm very free with my money.
Yeah,
like that.
everyone knew that. But it's, again, that goes down to the thing. We'll get back to that. This will be the most anticipated game. GTA 6 will be by far the most downloaded ever game. They're projecting it to do $2 billion the first week, which is absurd. Like, think about that. No video game has ever sold anything like that. And for them to do billions in the first week, that would be unheard of. But again, GTA goes to a broader crowd. NCAA is really a niche thing, right?
That's a great gateway into what I was about to say when you kept going. I think NCAA 25 has so much anticipation, and it's so much on social media, and obviously football is American culture. I think there's going to be people who don't give a fuck about football, who have never played another NCAA or maybe not even Madden. They're going to download NCAA 25.
100%. That's any game, right? Like, one, we bought a fucking Xbox, the new Xbox, just to play this game. That's how powerful this game is. We bought a fucking console. We don't even game just to play this game because it was so nostalgic from our childhood. One, that's incredible. That I just spent an extra $500 just to play another $90 game. That's one. Two, I take it all the way back to FIFA days. I never watched soccer. It's boring as hell. We just watched the Euro Cup and the Copa America. Boring as fuck. Soccer will never it'll never have an appeal in America because it lacks offense. They don't promote offense in the league, and it's slow as fuck. America, it'll never stick. There's too many interesting sports out there for someone to go pick soccer over all those other sports. So I'm going to say that. Baseball is more interesting than fucking soccer.
I fully agree.
So I want to say that. But two, FIFA was one of the funnest games back in the day. And I actually learned a little bit of soccer and a couple of guys' names from playing the game just because my friends were like, oh, you got to play this game. It's sick. So I played it. And again, it was cool. The video game, a lot more fun than the game. But I will say NCAA is going to have a huge comeback. And I think it's going to be the year, I said this before the podcast, NCAA is going to open up so many doors for little schools. The little schools need to take advantage of this opportunity of NCAA 25 and never let it go. This is how you market your team, because when people play this game, no one's starting their season with I'm going to go to Georgia right away.
Well, you will.
No, I won't.
Joshua will.
But you're going to be I'm going to start with the Toledo Rockets in the MAC and work my way all the way up to
start with the
SEC.
JMU Dukes is what I'm starting with. Shout out.
JMU Dukes, or a real startup program right now, Indiana University. That's
but
maybe
it's
where I
not
might start.
as startup though.
They had 3 wins last year, so it's pretty startup.
Yeah, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place with JMU or Indiana. And this is another great segue. Are you going to start with Road to Glory, or are you going to start with a season play?
You have to start with a season play, and I'll tell you why.
I agree. It's a
100%.
good answer.
You have to start with season play because we haven't played this game in over a decade. We have played Madden, so it's not like we're foreign to it. But I need some time on the sticks. I need to feel how the game is, see what I like, see what teams I like. To be honest with you, I want to feel the whole game, and I feel like you get more of a grasp on it when you play the whole season mode, and I can recruit, I can play games, I can play all positions, offense, defense, whatever, and you're still getting you're gonna go into it better. So when I do start my single player, my guy's already a dog because I'm like, oh, I already got a feel for the game. I don't want to jump right into it and then fumble fuck the first 5-6 games of the season while I'm feeling it out.
That's always the classic thing to do. Is anytime I'd play Madden, it was always Lions season mode, play a season, win a Super Bowl. Then it's like, okay, do I do a fantasy draft? Madden has never really hit on like the created player section, which obviously NCAA was known for. I really believe this, and it's another strong feeling I have about really sports video games. I physically believe they should drop every 3 to 5 years. Every year you do an update, right? You charge people $10, $15 for the update, new names, new roster, new uniforms, whatever. Like $10, $15 every year. Then every 3 to 5 years, you drop a brand new game with way new features, because that's what's happened to Madden, is they just drop every single year. And people are like, bro, nothing fucking changes.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder year to year what the stats are. Like, again, it would be hard to convince EA to do something like that if year over year the same people are just buying the game again. It'd be hard to be like,
there's definitely a drop off.
Maybe for some people, but like there's people
I
that
will put a lot of money we will not buy NCAA 26.
Probably not, because again, it doesn't matter. I'm always like every 2 years. For a sports game, I'm like every 2 years I'll buy the new game.
But here's my thing. Someone who loves the game will buy it every single year. But they're going to pay the $10, $15 for the updated roster, but then it incentivizes the average person like us who doesn't video game at all to then go buy it every 3 to 5 years.
But I think that's why when GTA comes out, it will be such a drastic change in numbers from GTA to NCAA 25, even though NCAA is very long awaited, very highly anticipated, and several people that wouldn't buy the game are going to buy the game just for nostalgia purposes. GTA is going to blow out of the water because the game goes so deep. There's so many layers to GTA, and then they add them as they go on.
It's a free world game.
A sports game will never,
you can't,
never be like that, and that's why I think they just turn them over year, because they just use the same platform every year, and it's just easier just to turn it out. And again, if people are buying it, even if only 70% of the people are buying it year over year, still probably making more money than that $10, $15 that you would do. And you know what I mean?
The best video game technology ever is a free world inside a sports game. GTA connected to NCAA 25.
But that's where it's headed. I think that
people are going to pay people would pay $1,000 for
but I think
game.
That's where it goes to. It's like when these platforms, like when Rockstar Games decides to link up with EA, and they're like, why don't we just allow your avatar? Because like I'm going to play a guy with 2K who I can hoop with. And that same guy I can hoop with, I'm going to make an NCAA college game for him. He's going to play in college. And then I'm also going to be my avatar skin running around GTA, shooting people up, robbing cars. Like, I think those
You just described the metaverse.
Exactly. But I think all those things are just years away, right?
Yeah.
It's like that to me is like when we're in VR world and it's Ready Player One style. We're fucking running up and we're trying to find the 3 keys. To me, that's the world we're going to be in. Now, do I see that right now? Do I see EA doing something like that? No. People want, like, the shallow sports games. Like, it's always like, let's go online, play 1v1. Like, that's always what Madden's going to be. They're never going to ever make it like a free player game where I can run around. 2K has done it pretty well. I think 2K has probably done it the best. So, you know, if 2K ever got a hold of, like, a Madden, maybe they'd link them where you could, like, have a 2K player and your Madden guy could be the same guy. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, 2K's won because they allowed your created player to play against other online users and in a little bit of a metaverse way, because you can run around and go to different courts. Like, you can team up with your friends, which is huge. Like, that is the biggest thing. It's just like back in the day, the Xbox Live parties.
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy. Saturday morning when I was a kid, but that shit was going down on Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The craziest chat rooms ever. I do want to spin zone a little bit because we were talking about metaverse and all these things. How incentivized nowadays, it's actually crazy to me. I think the physical disc is going away very quick. And I think we saw this because obviously now with the NCAA game, you had 3 days early. So last night you could download the game.
Yeah.
And then you would have it at 4 o'clock today. Now, the crazy part is they can't do that with a physical disc. But if you buy the online version pre-order, you can do that. So it's incentivizing people to just download it on their Xbox, which in return probably saves, Microsoft, Sony, all these people money because they don't have to fucking come up with the game.
Well, there's no margin. Well, there's no margin where they, you got to make the cover, then you got to print the disc, then you got to send it out.
Yeah.
And then, the store's got to pay for it, and they're really liable. But to me, they can just delete your game at any time.
That's where it comes from me is like, it's not even about that. It's like storage. Like you could have different devices or whatever. I think the physical game just always is appealing to me because, like, for example, the Xbox now, I can plug any game ever made by Microsoft into my Xbox and play it in that current version. So if I have the original Xbox game, I can plug it into this Xbox and it'll play like that original
But you can't
game.
go buy that original.
Exactly.
Interesting.
But, like, if I had it on, if it was just only on my Xbox, then how could I play it on my current? It'd be gone.
Yeah.
So and maybe you can now transfer them or whatever. You have a library of it online, and they'll have you pay for the cloud. Whatever.
There's real collectability with video games, physical video games.
Physical
they get like PSA.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
They're like there's
100%.
real money behind it.
I agree. I think there's anything nostalgic can be converted into a monetary value.
Have you seen much of the? And now we're gonna go back to NCAA. Have you seen much of the gameplay for NCAA?
Yeah, it does look interesting.
It looks very clean. It looks elite. I will say I saw a tweet last night that perfectly described every highlight I seen. Obviously, like they don't want the 3-yard run up the middle, tackle for a loss. Like they're not going to show many of those highlights. They want to show the home run hitting plays. But I was on Twitter and this person was like, "Man, these defenses look like they're all Big 12 defenses. Like it's just like these games are about to be 65 to 55, like everything." But I will say, and they could be sped up, but like some of these, the shit doesn't look very real. Like the spin moves look crazy.
I always realize that. I feel like Madden was always like a tighter game where it was like it wouldn't let you do like these crazy elaborate things.
Nah,
but I feel like
I don't think so.
But I feel like NCAA was always because there's such a level gap in actual college football that they play with that a lot in the game. I feel like, especially this new game where it's like the 2-star fucking shitty cornerback ain't gonna be locked down like in the fucking Madden game where it's like they can be that way.
Yeah.
Whereas like and I kind of like that. I kind of like that there is that little edge that you have where it's like you're 72 overall freshman cornerback going against a 5-star Georgia guy who's gonna get ran the fuck over. Like that's real. But yeah, the moves do seem a little bit more accelerated and stuff like that.
I will also say NCAA 25 really set the blueprint of what I think every single video game. And obviously GTA was probably going to do it and go that way. Madden will probably take a little bit from it. 2K will probably take a little bit from it. Is how they rolled the game out with the live stream, with the celebrities like LeBron was playing. Then obviously you have like Sketch and all those characters playing the game and really showing it. That is 100% the best way to roll anything out.
Yeah. I think it's tough because there's not as much hype. Like I think a lot of people wanted to do it. Not to say Madden and the NFL couldn't get fucking Sketch in them to play because they 100% could. With that being said, they're not trying to. Like I think that rollout is 100%. Like the thing about GTA, streamers are going to be begging to get at it early. So it's like, oh, if I'm Rockstar Games, hey Kai, do you want to do it? Hey Aiden, hey Oshow Speed, do you want to do it? And they're going to be like, fuck yeah, because I'm going to get tons of clicks because they have the exclusive and they already get clicks already. And it's a win-win for both of them. And again, the streamers are always going to get first at it just to tease people. Like that's the rollout plan now. Who's the biggest streamer that would push this product the most? Boom. Kai Cenat already said GTA is going to grow the most streamers ever than any other video game.
Well, people are going to just be like, I'm just going to stream GTA. It's going to be the first thing they do, and they're going to be 100%. Known as the GTA person. They're going to be able to do what Kai does and do anything.
Maybe not as big as Kai. But.
No, I'm just saying. But that was Kai started with 2K, then spun it into him just being a cultural figure now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Kai's the biggest now.
Yeah.
There's no one bigger than Kai.
Oshow Speed.
Oshow Speed. Honestly, I've been seeing his movement overseas, and it's like he might
he's
have
crazy
it a little
overseas.
Bit. Yeah, he
I
might
think
have a
that-
little bit.
And I think that's because he loves soccer, which is why he's always been drawn to overseas. And that's the play. And I think a lot of creators and really just like the American market doesn't pay attention to is overseas. It's a lot easier to be famous and go viral than it is in America because there's already people popping. Like you have celebrities, you have even like business people, then you have athletes, you have rappers, and then you have these content creators. Whereas like overseas, they have, the same thing, but it's not at the scale. Everybody consumes the American culture.
Yes. American culture
and
is
I think
the
that's
culture
one thing
difference.
Ishow Speed has done. Obviously, he's huge in America because he's got, I don't even know how many followers, fucking 50, 60 million total followers.
Yeah.
He's got like 30 on YouTube. But he loves soccer, so that's a whole audience that loves him. And then he just went to Poland and got like mobbed.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think the average influencer who's big here is getting that. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, but again, I think when it comes to like streams, like to me, I think that Kai's streams have way more longevity than Ishow Speed streams. Personally, like if I see Speed and I'm like, I can understand why he has a huge following and why people like him. But I look at Kai and I'm like, Kai is like the culture. Speed is like, he's like, I can see what the young kids are very drawn to Speed. I'm like, Kai is the culture.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with that.
Like rappers are sending him music, previewing music. Like Ishow Speed went on a thing with like KD, and you could tell like KD fucked with him, but he was kind of like, all right, you're a little bit weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type shit.
He's a jitterbug.
He's a
like,
jitterbug.
That's the
He's
best
like,
way to describe it. Like, he's just like always like where
yeah.
Kai can like
Yeah.
really play like that role in a lot of ways. So
Kai's like the Drake of streaming.
yeah,
you know?
no, I fully agree with that. And
So.
what would be Ishow Speed then? Like the Lil Yachty?
Nah,
He's bigger than Lil Yachty.
Yeah, he's bigger than that in a sense, right? Because like
Yeah.
Drake, it would almost be like
Tough comparison for Ishow Speed.
it'd be tough comparison just because like even like a lot of the big rappers, I wouldn't compare him to like The Weeknd because Weeknd's like very chill, but
Yeah, there's hard to find
but
like
streaming numbers wise.
there's not
it'd be
many
very similar.
jitterbug rappers.
No,
Like even Lil Yachty's not like a jitterbug.
he'd be like a 6ix9ine comparison, but like gets way more numbers than 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's actually not a bad comparison. That's actually not
if
terrible.
6ix9ine was mainstream and got numbers.
All right. What team are you playing with first?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, once I get into it, I'm debating, right? Do I start really small? Do I start really fucking small?
Like
and then try to
Eastern
build-
Michigan?
Yeah, like a small Michigan school, or do I start Indiana? Because like part of me, I'm like, Indiana is the job I would start, and then I build up to go to an SEC school at some point. Maybe go to like a Florida, eventually, somewhere nice, somewhere I'd want to live. Maybe like a Tennessee. I don't know. I have to play with it.
think I might. I think I need to start as an offensive coordinator somewhere. Offensive coordinator, then try to get the head job at JMU, win there, then move to Indiana.
Just try to win a couple bowl games,
Try to
and
win a
just
couple bowl
fucking
games. But it might be hard to get. Like if you don't start at JMU, it might be hard to like
Get to JMU.
work. It's just really hard to get
You
there.
just do a Sunbelt team and just fucking
just beat the fuck out of them until they hire you. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
There's such a deep thing. Like I hope Big Cat comes back with like his Coach Doug shit. I heard he is, and he's like,
yeah.
Actually, I shouldn't say I hope. I know he is, and he's getting the Pardon My Take crew to be part of it. Where it's like he's like, I'm gonna let someone be a defensive coordinator. I'm gonna let someone be a recruiter on the team. So he's like, I can look at them and be like, you're fucking up, man. You're fucking up. You're not getting me my guy that I need. And I'm just like,
That's funny.
That's funny.
Super funny.
No, that's funny shit.
That would be really fun. That's a great idea. As like a friend group, you have one who's like
Yeah.
the head coach, OC, DC.
Yeah.
You could have like a special teams coach that also like is like the recruiting, so he has more
Yeah.
say. Someone who builds the schedule, like everything.
Oh, yeah.
That could be
Yeah,
super
and they have
fun.
interns
That's a good
and
idea.
shit. So they were like,
That's a good idea.
Oh yeah. It
You
was
get the
pretty funny.
interns just doing the shitty jobs.
Yeah, I forget. He had a really funny one. I forget, but yeah, dude, that's gonna be like must see TV.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking great. I'm so stoked for the game, and honestly, if you made it this far, thank you. I can't wait to play it. This video will drop, about 4 days before we'll play it. Probably 4 days. So
No, like 3.
yeah, 3. Okay, 4 days
3
before
days.
we play it. It'll take like 47 hours to probably download.
No, it'll be quick out here. We got good
Hopefully
Wi-Fi.
hopefully
Good
it'll be
Wi-Fi
quick.
here.
And following that, we're then going to probably drop a vlog of some kind on top of it, reaction video, something of the hype behind it. But, we really appreciate you listening. Joshua is really pushing us to start doing 2-3 shows a week. So we're really going to start pumping these things out and really trying to stay relevant with the times.
Yeah.
So if you made it this far, thank you. Drop a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, share it with somebody, and let us know what team in the comments you're going to play with first.
Yeah, if you made it this far, let us know what team you will play with first when you start the game. So,
peace,
guys.